Welcome back to the Shaggy Shane Show, July 29th, 2023. We're training camp after about 40 minutes was rained out. Clay, it was beautiful. It was hot when we all came here today. What did you take away before the storms hit?
Well, the Chiefs have a lot of young wide receivers in camp this year, and there's a lot of questions about how effective they're going to be. And from what we saw today, I think we can count on some solid contributions from Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, and Justin Ross. They all made some impressive plays today. Justin Ross had a great catch in the end zone. The DB was all over him. The ball was low and it came in fast. He snagged the ball for a touchdown. Sky Moore, his route running was crisp. His hands were strong. He's made some DBs look silly out there already. Today there was one catch. He got wide open and hauled in the catch right on the sideline, and perfect. And Rashee Rice, he got deep, and for a guy who wasn't known for his speed, getting deep and hauling the catch in over his shoulder, terrific. So I'm really excited about these young receivers. I think going forward, I think the Chiefs are gonna rely on all three of those guys. I'll say it right now, I think Justin Ross will make this roster.
Amen to that. Noah Bray's got a lot more play now with Jody Fortson in today's camp. Are you excited what Noah Bray can bring to the team going into his third year? What do you think he has to do to solidify his role?
Yeah, we didn't see much today out of Noah Bray, but we've heard reports that he's showing out, he's flashing, and the Chiefs are going to need that heir apparent at tight end to Travis Kelce, and I feel like if he can make that leap this year, he's that guy.
That is Clay Windler of Red Tribe Cinema. Back again with Lance Whitwell of The Spoken. This is Shaggy Shane. Lance, we saw about 40 minutes worth of practice today before the storms hit. There's a lot of concern and there's a lot of talk about a whole spectrum of things. Clay and I addressed the wide receiver and the backup tight ends. I want to talk to you about the offensive tackle and Donovan Smith and the Taylor, Juwan Taylor,
yeah.
The right tackle. What do you think of those changes going into this training camp, and what do you see about that Chiefs fans should be aware of?
Well, this is the third different group of tackles the Chiefs have had in 4 years. So this is a big change. This is something that the Chiefs aren't strange to or unfamiliar with. But I would say that these are the guys that I think that Juwan Taylor, there's no replacing what Mitchell Schwartz was for this team a few years ago. There's no question about that. But Juwan Taylor is a close second in my eyes. I think he's a guy that is very he's capable of getting the job done at the right tackle position. I initially thought they paid him that kind of money, which was left tackle money, to be the left tackle. But now they're telling us that he's going to be the right tackle, and if he is over there, then we know that the right tackle is going to be shored up because he's a guy that also stays very durable and he's healthy. Donovan Smith is where this real conversation starts. This is a guy that was injured a lot last season, had a really bad season. I know that the Buccaneers were a team that were very much waning. It was the tail end of the Tom Brady era. But I think that Donovan Smith, if healthy, can be a guy that can play at a high level. He's only on, $3 or $4 million deal with the Chiefs, so it's a high risk, high reward type of situation because we know that he's the guy that's protecting Patrick Mahomes' the blind side rather. But with Jerick McKinnon and these running backs in place, I think that you're going to get a lot of chip blocking and things of that nature. I am concerned about the left tackle position, but I think if there was a veteran that can step in and do it, I think Donovan Smith could be it. But I can't wait to see what happens, man, because I think that this is going to be one of the most interesting areas of the team because there's nothing they can do about it. The wide receiver position can change and alternate. They can't do anything at tackle, so this is what they've made their bed.
We're still waiting for 9-5 to come. We believe he will. We don't think it's going to get ugly because Chris Jones wants to spend his entire career as a Chief. What do you think about the defensive position? I mean, I know Chris Jones isn't here, but what can we look for in preseason? Just in preseason until Chris Jones gets here, what do you want to see?
Well, the youth movement continues at the defensive side. We saw that 66% of Brett Veach's draft picks in the last 4 years have been defensive players. They're drafting defense intentionally this way, and these guys are playing pivotal roles. We saw 9 rookies play pivotal roles in the Super Bowl last year for the Chiefs, which has never been done before. So I think that the youth movement's going to continue. The guy I continue to preach about is Keandre Coburn, the 6th-round pick out of Texas.
Right.
This is a guy that's going to be playing right next to Chris Jones, a guy that's going to take over Derek Notty's spot, Turk Wharton. He's going to be the guy that takes over that role. He's a guy that I very much have a lot of confidence in that can be a day-one starter. If he isn't, he's going to be a guy that develops into one this season, and he's going to be a guy that muddies the waters in the middle of the defense and offensive lines, stopping the run game, making it hard for these mobile quarterbacks to create anything with their feet. I'm looking for Keandre Coburn Coburn, and obviously this secondary, not to go too far in it because we got a lot of time to discuss this, but this secondary is going to be nasty, guys. And it's because of this guy being back. He's going to make things easier for this defense because this defense goes as 95 goes. So when he's back, you're going to see it all gel, all culminate. These young guys are going to feed off the energy he brings every single day. And this secondary is going to be a real nasty secondary as well because the front seven is going to get a lot of attention because the Chiefs have an elite linebacker room. The front seven is going to be nasty in itself, but watch for the secondary as well because these young guys got a lot of experience early in their rookie years. Last year galvanized, and now they're going to be second-year veterans. And it's basically the equivalent of being a 5-year player in this league. So be looking for this defense to be really nasty this year.
That is Lance Twidwell, the Spoken from Starcade Media. Check him out. His podcast will be live at YouTube, what, about 3 or 4 hours?
Yeah, 4 hours.
He's flying solo today, so he'll be able to give you a round 2 of this epic breakdown. For Clay Windler of Red Tribe Cinema, for Lance Twidwell of The Spoken, I am Shaggy Shane. We'll see you again in 10 days or in 2 weeks when we break down the Chiefs and Saints from New Orleans. Until then, go Chiefs!